gang, I'm Colonel Failure, and this is Train Fever with the Nordic DLC. We're starting by watching this. Well, I thought we might soak in some of the general atmosphere of the place as we look at this crossing and a couple of carriages going past. It's all rather lovely, really. I mean, I should put a bench in here. I could eat my lunch. Anyway, what have we been doing? Last time around, we introduced our first goods setup, and that's, well, you know, it's doing its thing. Here comes one now. Let's go tune in. So yeah, this fella heads up to Masham with goods, and it was observed rather astutely that I was using two trains when one would suffice. So my first order of the day is going to be, we seem to have some disco tree action going on in the background. My first order of the day is going to actually be to retask one of these trains onto a new line. Now, I need to drum up a bit of cash in order to do so, and while I have played forward sufficient to see that everything goes swimmingly with the approach that I've got right now, and as such it generates plenty of cash, I'm not prepared to wait for the cash, and neither are you. You don't want to watch an episode of just, you know, me kind of umming and ahhing while trains potter forth and back in some kind of semi-entertaining fashion. Maybe you do. I don't know. Anyway, that's not what I'm going to do. Yes, so what I could do, and what I'm going to do, is create a new line coming out from Haxby here. Well, I mean, it's a Haxby kind of registered station, to carry the oil goods not only to Haxby itself, which is right here, but also to Masham, since they are effectively on the same line. And to make sense of that, or to kind of explain why that is, I want to set up another goods line today that heads down to Poole. Pretty straightforward. We can service it all from the same original kind of oil refinery, and that will, in turn, supply Poole with all of the goods that it could possibly desire. And that will bring us progress. That will bring us great happiness, and so, oh, shut up, let's get on with it. Yeah, so I'm going to do that. Now, this might involve taking out a loan or three, but you know, that's never stopped me in the past. So no, we don't want a passenger station. Passengers are coming, rather like winter, but not just yet. Now we can plonk this right down. Do we want it in the centre of town? I have a plan, that's the thing, and I know what that plan is, and it's really quite extraordinary. For a tiny little place, Yes, for a small map, I have a rather bold plan, and I may fill you in on that plan now, in this episode, or I may like, you know, keep you waiting. You know which it's going to be, though, don't you? I'm going to keep you waiting. I'm going to wait until we're about to execute the plan, and then I'll bring you up to speed with the many and varied capers I have up my sleeve. I have also tried that. I'm not going to talk. Don't talk about the plan. All right. Okay. Okay. So yeah, you know, fairly straightforward. We're just going to lay this track out. I'm going to follow the curve of this river, as much as it's not hoiking passengers around. You know, having some kind of scenic river route, I think, is very much in keeping with the atmosphere of this particular setup. Now, I want to branch off from here, so I think we might have to back up a touch there, and I am going to run out of money imminently. But we'll worry about that in a moment. Now, being a goods train, it doesn't need to hit enormous speeds in order to be effective, but as ever, we do want to avoid it bleeding off too much speed. Now you see, look, you've taken it too close to the road. You're going to have to relay the road, and due to the way that I've got the road set up, it's almost like it's likely to never have a gap in proceedings. Still, if we run at max speed for a moment, and I apologise for ruining the atmosphere, we might get a break whereby we can delete this bit of road. Like that. And then we will pause it about here. Right, don't worry. A bit of road's going back in again, and I don't want to bulldoze too much of the tree line in order to make that happen. So I'm going to make this. It's almost like it would in reality. I am going to build in harmony with the stuff that's already there. It's going to confuse the hell out of all of the traffic that I've got, but there we go. Pause it again. Anybody who's turned round is going to completely mess up my scheduling, but needs must. 75's good. Hey, look, that almost matches up. This is almost, that's ugly. Almost intentional. Take it back just a little further, and then, sorry, pine tree. Progress demands it. Do I want to slow to 65 there? And it's not about the bit we're building now. It's a bit that we're going to be building in the future. So if you think that later on we'll be having no, look, anything will do. That will do. Yeah, this is about building track that is not going to severely limit faster trains as they are released. Now, if I get this right, we should be able to maintain it. That's even slower. How is it slowed from 65 to 60? Let's get around there at 75. And again, 75. That was 74. I know, I spotted it. 44? What am I missing here? This cornering doesn't look too slow. Of course, we are working in imperial here rather than metric, so maybe I'm, maybe I'm a little oversensitive towards. That won't do. I'm 50. What's that in real money? 50 is times 1.6 to convert from imperial to metric. 1.6, so 0.6 of 50. Oh, I can't be bothered to work it out. I am actually quite good at maths and everything, but right now I'm focused and attentive on getting this working. Now, I think I will upgrade. Let's see if we can get a nice bit of 4-lane road going down here. Well, no, maybe not there. I mean, it will dig up a few more trees, but hey, there's still plenty to go around. And get on that, right? Excellent, good, and I think we're ready to roll. Okay, unpause. Everybody, figure out what you're doing, and we're golden. So obviously that bit of country road ready for future upgrades. Right, new line. Now we are going from Haxby's Holt all the way out to Poole. Now, I'm going to leave this as a standalone line because this is going to be Poole Oil Goods, which, for reasons best known to me, is Poo Oil Goods. Because once in a while you have to throw in the vague concept of some scatological humour. Right, okay. And I'm going to bang in a couple of signals on here. Yeah, it's a Swedish signal. Have we got any alternatives? As you can see, I've got some bits and pieces in here from other mods, and I will get to those in due course. Once I start throwing money around with carefree abandon, I'll get to some of the other mods that I've got in there. None of them really offer much in the way of functionality. They're all for set dressing, I guess you'd call it, making the place look a little bit more alive. But for now, my goal is simply to get going in terms of generating some profit. Are we there? We're there. Okay, good. Right, so now next job is your first man here. As soon as you've dropped off, I'm reassigning you, chum. As soon as you've dropped off. And this gets away, and I'll show you exactly how that's going to work. Poo Oil Goods, there you are. Now, I want to just make sure, while it may be appropriate that it's coded brown. I find it, it's just ridiculous. Where are we? Give me a colour I can get behind here. Give me pink. No, that's you've taken a slightly weird route there, pal. Oh no, maybe you haven't. What we do need, however, is to make sure that you stay on the right side of the line, because we're running traffic everywhere here. And no, yes, you go in there, you go in that side, and then you come out on the other side. So add another station here, and it's that signal. There you go, like it was meant to be. Just making sure that it's not judiciously trying to change its route further down the thing. Hang on. No, that's all good. I'm not thrilled about this signal being here. It means that we could have a potential block there, but I think we've got release signals. We're going to, yeah, we've got some release signals there, so it's not going to hold things up indefinitely. Right, meanwhile, the next thing that we need to do here, get rid of that, is where's the Masham train? Here we go. This is Masham's oil goods, and from now on, it's going to. I'm going to have to make a slight change to the consist, but you are going to add station. You're on the wrong side of the track there, pal. Just letting you know. Just letting you know you're on the wrong side of the track. Add a station. No, yes, add a station. Add this station here to make sure it comes out the right way. And it's because I added extra track in that it's confused the entire thing. And that station is going to be Haxby itself. So, the Masham train now also services Lower Haxby. And really what I ought to be doing is thinking about adding a few more trucks onto there, so a couple more wagons to ensure that it can ferry stuff along. But the upshot should be that I'm now servicing 3 goods stations instead of 2, using only 2 trains, which is going to cost me less. Over time, I might need to expand those trains out again in order to service those stations fully, but for now, I'm okay with this. So instead of just picking up, one set of goods now, it's going to pick up both and then stop off at both stations and drop them off. I have tried it. It works. The reason I hadn't done it before is because I didn't think it would work, but I have tried it. It does work, and therefore it's fabulous. Hold on. Oh no, you're waiting for Hax oil goods, which is a route that no longer exists. So let's kill that, and you are now Mass Hax. Haxmus. I don't know, what do I prefer? Hax Mass oil goods. It was also suggested, and I forget by whom, that what would be quite effective would be supplying pretty much every town on this map. And let's not forget, there are only 8 towns on the map. I could supply all of them from this one oil station, and in so doing would generate an almighty amount of profit. To which I say, where do I sign? So actually, I'm going to go off-piste with what I've planned. Is this wise, do we think? Well, it depends how much it costs, I suppose. Yes, I've not tried this, so yeah, I know. I've turned over a new leaf. I'm trying things out before committing them to virtual celluloid. Yeah, there we go. It's happening. It's on. No. This, like that. Otherwise, if I don't lay in road straight away, I'll have the thing nagging at me, going, you are going to connect that up at some point, aren't you? Yes, of course I'm going to connect it up. Right. Okay. Which way do we want to go here? I think we have to go around the top of the oil well. Thus, what does that feel like? That feels pretty good. Now, I mean, something else just to add to your levels, your doubtless enormous levels of anticipation, is quite a lot of this stuff might be temporary in nature. I might end up completely relaying all this track. And that's going to be a theme for this particular series, because the goal is the same as it ever was, which is, you know, survive. And I've already thought up my miraculous and terrifying, here's the cunning scheme we're going to execute, and you're gonna like it. I know, sorry, I'm teasing again. Yes, but you are gonna like it. It's pretty cool, even if I say so myself. Alright, I'm gonna have to wait for a bit more cash. Instead of spending every penny as it comes in, let's let it come in a little faster here. How are we doing now? Oh, you've already got it up. 8 and 9. Okay, well that's not a bad place to start. There you go, 134,000. I want to get this. I want to get this laid in so it can start making cash. What are you thinking? Yeah, I think we do a merge on and a set of points. And the bigger question is, do we change the track that the oil delivery train is on? Don't tell me I've got to put some signalling into. There we go. We don't want to upset it after all. Right, okay, I am going to change the track that the oil delivery wagon loadout is on. Let's bang that in ever so quick. Stick in a quick pause. Now, the reason for this second set of points is, historically, what I've basically used this right-hand side of the track to ferry new trains out from the depot. This rather handsome depot that comes as part of the Nordic DLC. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to switch things around. I know. Okay, so well, do that then. All right, I'm going to. There we go. Poo oil, no, Hax oil. There we go. Right, so Haxby waypoint 1 is the one on that side of the track, I believe. Sure is. Okay, so let's stick another waypoint in here. And the reason for using waypoints rather than signals is signals will form queues where queues are not necessarily what I want. Add station. That one. It's going to go flaming head to head with the goods trains, and that's going to require me changing 2 routes, and I've got points in there already. Oh, nuts. All right, well, that's already got the right inclination. I think we're just going to have to set up a second set of points here. What are you doing? You're Haxmus Oil Goods. No, I don't need you. Do need a second set of points. Relatively close to the first set, so you can get over onto the right side. And again, you know, I'm gonna mix and I'm gonna change all of this around later on. Right, okay, so we're gonna put a signal. We want one there and another one here. Any more for any more? Probably one here. And then we also want release signals as well. I don't, because I'm not certain that the game will self-release on a signal facing the wrong way. I freely admit that this is going to be having a few of my more Puritan friends going, what in the name of all things are you playing at? Right, terrible signaling. I know, but you know you'll either get used to it or you won't. And I suggest you'll have a happier life if you get used to it. Okay, so picking up goods from here and then dropping them off out here. There we go. Right, what route have you decided to take? Yeah, I know, that's probably the more sensible route. However, where I want you to go is I want you to go from Lostwithiel there. I want you to stop on that one. Right, that should... There we go. So we've got a very slight bit of crossover between the oil and this new, which is going to be Los Oil Goods. Let's get things rolling again, so that I've got the cash to actually buy a train with. You know, that's a thing that people like. And then we'll stick a signal or two. Now, I'm never going to run more than one train on each of these, so this is you know, as so many things are, purely temporary in nature. That should do it. I'll work out pretty quickly whether I've made a complete mess of this. I imagine you only need to look at it once to kind of go, you've made a complete mess of that. Okay, buying a train. So we're going to go with another SJ Lit. What do we got here? Now there is another train due, another locomotive option coming up, but it's not correctly priced. As such, it will only cost me 10, I think it might be even 10,000, and then it only costs 10,000 to run a year. And while I will put it into service on the system, I do so only in the sake of kind of completeness, I guess you could call it, rather than trying to dodge costs, because this piece of DLC is a work in progress. The Hacksmith Oil Goods had 20 waiting for it there, so I am going to need to upgrade that train pretty soon. Otherwise, there we go, I want one of those, and it needs some goods wagons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not enough money. Well, get me enough money. Where are we? June 5th. Come on, someone's going to arrive. I only need 40 grand. Come on, make it happen. Work the magic. Show me the magic. 27. In your own time. Anybody at all can arrive. Even a horse and cart could arrive and I'll have enough cash. There we go. Right. 24 should keep me going. Right, and then we'll set this onto Los Oil Goods. And I suspect this train is going to be just a little bit confused to start off with. Anyway, there we go. We're rolling. This will build up relatively quickly. I do need to do an overhaul of the Hacksmith's goods line in order to get that working. Where's my where's the pool service got to? That looks like it could be it. Yep, there we go. Right, okay, because that's what I want to round off on. Make your pick up there, chum. That looks like they're working appropriately. And hit the follow on. Okay, good. So that's going to more or less wrap it up for this week. This week? No, this episode. I'll be back with some more this week. You know, get a bit between my teeth, keep these things moving along. I do dig these two chaps in the... we talked about this in the comments, but having a couple of engineers on board is a very splendid addition. Let's go. Let's slow down to realistic pace here. As we cut through. In fact, you know what? I can do a better job than that. Let's cut in here. There you go. And we should see the majestic Poo Oil Goods coming around. Oh, look at that. See, look, coming around a bend, you got like hillside mountain type stuff in the background. Doesn't get much finer. Anyway, thanks very much for watching today. I've been Colonel Failure. Typical floating numbers getting in the way of a perfect screenshot. Next time around, I'm going to be talking to you about passengers. I will unveil to you phase 1 of my scheme. And it's a good scheme. I have had schemes in the past, and many people have subscribed to these schemes in the sense of I like this as a scheme. Let's get another angle in here. So yes, so tune in next time for the scheme that will occupy me through the rest of this playthrough. But be sure not to miss it, because missing it would mean that you'll just miss it. Anyway, chuck us a like, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I will be back very soon. Thank you very much for watching. Cheerio.
this